Hello everyone, it's me Julienne. It's been a very long time since I filmed a sit-down video, and actually it's been a very long time since I filmed a book-related video. I think the last time was 3 months ago when I showed you my book collection, but as you can see, it changed and there's so many additions to the collection, and also there's so many things that I have read so far. So grab yourself some coffee or some tea. This is my third cup of coffee today, but we need it when we are in the reading slump. Of course, the best way that we can do is to read fiction books. So I'll be sharing to you the fiction books that I read so far that just removed my reading slump or helped me get over my reading slump. So let's go ahead and talk about it. The first one is a very small book. This is Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke, not sure, but it's just a very tiny book. It's from the Penguin's Little Black Classic collection. I'm very bad at describing books without spoiling it, and so I'm just gonna be reading some of the things. Letters to a Young Poet. The poet writes lyrical and life-changing advice to an aspiring young writer is among the most inspiring expressions of youthful creativity there has ever been. But basically it's just a collection of letters and it's about life. Really interesting in a way that it doesn't feel like non-fiction and it also doesn't feel like fiction. It's kind of an in-between, and also it's an easy read. Let's move on to the most hype books on the internet, and yeah, I'm just gonna be talking about it. First one is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my goodness, I don't usually get into the hype books or contemporary romance as they call it. I really love this book. It helped me to get out in my reading slump. It's so interesting. Every husband have their own personality and characteristic, and so it's really interesting. And also the way Evelyn Hugo told a story is amazing. If you have no idea about this book, this is all about a Hollywood icon named Evelyn Hugo and her 7 husbands. Elusive Hollywood icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant to write her story, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Determined to use this opportunity to jumpstart her career, Monique listens in fascination. From making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to living show business in 80s. And of course, the 7 husbands along the way, Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and a great forbidden love. But as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. Written with Reed's signature talent for creating complex, likable characters, this is a mesmerizing journey through the splendor of old Hollywood into the sobering realities of the present day as 2 women struggle with what it means and what it costs to face the truth. Okay, the next book is this. I feel like so many people already talk about this, and the internet knows this book more than I do and more than everybody else. It Ends With Us by Colin Hoover just take over the internet. It started with TikTok and then it moved on to the rest of the internet world. But I definitely understand the hype of it. It's a roller coaster of emotion. It's actually a controversial book because a lot of people love it, rate it as a 5-star, and some people do not like it. In my opinion, of course, just as like all of the things that I'm talking about in my video and in my vlogs, everything is just my opinion, of course. I really love this book because I resonate with some stories in it. I'm not going to talk about my personal stories deeper that are related to this book, because my experiences are so near to Lily. That's why I can actually resonate with this. But I think I know where some people didn't like the book, because there are some characters that you really would not like in the book. It somehow reminded me of so many things in my life that I've learned, and also it reminded me of some of my traumas. But at the end of the day, it's just very assuring to have some sort of book or maybe a song or anything else that kind of similar to your own stories or own personal stories. And so that's why I enjoyed reading it, because it somehow have the same path as me in some way. Okay, the next book is Haruki Murakami's Kafka on the Shore. I wasn't really expecting this to be so good and so interesting for me. I feel like with Haruki Murakami's book, it's overhyped too. Of course, I know that there are some people liked it and some people don't. Now, books are very subjective. Just for me, it's like I think I read it in the perfect time wherein I'm not really interested in reading at all. And so it's really amazing how this book put me into this world wherein I don't know what is happening. So basically this book is about Kafka. His name is Kafka Tamura, and he is a teenager basically. Kafka on the Shore is powered by two remarkable characters, a teenage boy Kafka Tamura, who runs away from home either to escape a gruesome Oedipal prophecy or to search for his long missing mother and sister, and an aging simpleton called Nakata, who never recovered from a wartime affliction and now is drawn toward Kafka for reasons that, like the most basic activities of daily life, he cannot fathom. As their paths converge and the reasons for that convergence become clear, Haruki Murakami enfolds readers in a world where cats talk, fish fall from the sky, spirits leap out of their bodies to make love or commit murder. Kafka on the Shore displays one of the world's great storytellers at the peak of his powers. Cats talk. That's the only thing that you need. But basically, Kafka on the Shore is a roller coaster of a story. It's something that you would never really expected that is happening. I read a lot of books, and sometimes there are some stories that I already got used to, but then Haruki Murakami's book, especially Kafka on the Shore, has this specific way of letting the reader go blank. Like, we don't know what's going to happen next. There's always some plot twists and some turns that is so unexpected, and it makes it so interesting and questionable at the same time. But at the end of the day, it will help you get out of the reading slump, because you just keep on turning the pages until it's done. Another thing that I also just read, I finished reading yesterday, and that is The Midnight Library. I love it. I didn't know that I would love it as much as I do. I also read it in a perfect time in my life, having this crisis and thinking where to go and what to do, and having some regrets in life in the past. Yeah, I know that some people also doesn't enjoy that, but basically The Midnight Library is the story of Nora Seed. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but basically it's a library wherein Nora can experience some of her lives. It's basically like a parallel universe wherein she can experience different lives, and that's what it is. I really don't know how to film these kinds of video anymore, because I'm always like filming vlogs, and so it's a bit weird for me to sit down and like to talk. It's a very long time since I've done this, but it's really good, especially when talking about books. If you have time, you can give a chance to these books. You already read it and you don't like it, you know, everyone is just subjective. We all have our likes and hates. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for supporting my channel. As always, I'm always grateful for every single one of you who's watching my video. It's really